Canada, for generations, it has been synonymous with opportunities, a land of breathtaking landscape, vibrant cities brimming with culture and promise of a better life. Millions have come here chasing dreams, building futures, contributing to the fabric of this nation. But is that promise now at risk? Whispers of change are growing louder, casting shadow over Canada's welcoming image. New immigration rules are on the horizon for 2025, and they are not just tweaks. They could fundamentally alter the landscape for newcomers and long-term immigrants alike. Why are these changes happening now? For years, Canada has actively encouraged immigration, recognizing its vital role in our economic and social growth. But recently, the government has cited growing pressures, labor shortages in key sectors, and rising housing costs in major cities. These proposed 2025 immigration rules are framed as a solution to these challenges. But for many, they feel less like solutions and more like roadblocks. The core message? Canada is shifting its focus, and the path for immigrants is becoming significantly more complex. Let's break down the biggest changes. First, the express entry system. Canada's main pathway for skilled immigrants is being overhauled. Imagine it like this. Getting in was already a competition, but now the bar is being raised. The point system is becoming far more competitive. Higher education, extensive work experience, and near native language skills are now even more crucial. For those with strong credentials, these might be manageable. But for many skilled workers who were previously eligible, the door to permanent residency is narrowing. One of Canada's proudest immigration principles is family reunification. The idea that immigrants should be able to build their lives here with their loved ones. Sadly, this principle is also being restructured. Family sponsorship, the pathway to bring parents, grandparents, and other family members, is facing significant slowdowns. Wait times are expected to increase, potentially dramatically. For families who have been patiently waiting to reunite, this news is devastating. The dream of building a life together in Canada is being pushed further and further away. Perhaps the most significant shift is the government's increasing focus on temporary foreign workers. The goal seems to be to fill immediate labor gaps with individuals who come to Canada for a limited time, rather than prioritizing permanent residents. This means many dedicated workers who have been in Canada for years on temporary permits, contributing to our economy and communities, are now facing immense uncertainties. Their hope for long-term stability, for building a permanent home here, are now hanging in the balance. For countless individuals, this feels like a betrayal of the Canadian dream. These aren't just policy changes on paper. These are changes that are impacting real lives, real families. Imagine families like the Cons who moved to Canada years ago, worked tirelessly, built a life, and now face the real possibility of being forced to leave. We work so hard. We build a life here. Now we don't know if we can stay. It feels like everything is slipping away. This is the statement echoing across immigrant communities in Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, and far beyond. Protests are erupting. Voices are rising, demanding a rethink of these policies. The consequences of these policies extend far beyond individual immigrants and family. Experts warn of potential mass deportation, tearing apart communities. Cities like Toronto and Vancouver, heavily reliant on immigrant labor, could face crippling shortages. Our economy, our social fabric, all are at risk. We risk losing not just individuals, but entire communities, the very dynamism and diversity that makes Canada so unique. But it's not too late. Across Canada, a movement is growing, Immigrant advocacy groups, community leaders, and everyday Canadians are calling for a more human and inclusive approach. They are urging the government to remember the contributions of immigrants, to protect families, and to uphold Canada's reputation as a beacon of hope. We need policies that reflect our value, policies that allow people to live with dignity and security. Immigrants are not just numbers, they are the heart of the nation. Canada's future depends on their success. Canada has always been a place of refuge, a land of opportunity. Will it remain so for the future generations? The answer lies in the hands of our lawmakers and the voices of the million. Let your voice be heard. Share this video. Let's raise awareness and ensure Canada remains a place where dreams can still come true. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the very next video.